Ooh, are we live? So I was gonna try this on Twitch, but I kept getting disconnected. So we're just gonna do it here. All right. Let's make sure everything looks good with the stream. What's up, Fireblade? We're back. We're back. So let's get started. I think the best part about this is I'll be able to kind of re-watch every episode. Working in a very, very high resolution. We're working at 13,000 by 20,000. Yeah, that's kind of where I was gonna go. All right. The crystal, was it crystal xanthanthium or whatever it's called? Oh yeah, thanks. The sketchbook was yeah, that sketchbook was that was quite the headache. So let me see if there's a more efficient way for me to see the chat. There we go. Open the chat in a new window. Oh yeah, that sketchbook slam challenge was basically just me drawing in a sketchbook, 600 pages. This will be fun because then I don't have to really do too much detail in the characters because like they're just a bunch of goofy. What's up, Josh? Let's see. I'm actually just trying to get the trying to get the sofa accurate. Art dose. Am I going to draw every character even if they only show up in one episode? Yes. We're just going to go through. The thing is there's not a lot of episodes. So we can literally just go through episode by episode and draw in every character that shows up. And I've already thought about this, so any questions you have, the answer is just going to be yes. Alright, if you have any questions, well, what about the what do you call it, the space parasites? Like, yeah, well, we're gonna do that too. Don't worry about it. perspective on this isn't right. Since this is going to be the focal point of the drawing, where Rick and Morty are actually going to be, this does have to be done at least somewhat well. They are going to be watching Interdimensional Cable. Oh, you want to see... Whoops. That's the size that I'm using. I size my stuff like this specifically so that I could get them printed in a certain size. God, I'm gonna turn off. I can silence my goddamn phone. Okay, does that look right? So Rick and Morty are pretty much the only two characters I'm actually going to put like a lot of effort into drawing. Everyone else is kind of just going to be like, I'm pretty much just going to freestyle everyone else, but Rick and Morty up front, they're gonna have a lot of attention to detail on them. There we go. Yeah, I was watching in my sketchbook slam videos. I was watching Rick and Morty while I was drawing because I knew I wanted to do this next. So as I was watching it, I was kind of keeping an eye out for like how many characters there were going to be, and if I deemed that it was going to be too many characters, I decided I was going to just not do it. But whilst. Yes, yes, of course. Now, it's been a while since I've done digital art, so this actually feels a little weird to me. That might slow me down a little bit.
This is a court or you. We all noises. Promise our website. Any favors? Joe, what's going on? And there comes run real quick. Hey there. I'm coming, baby. That you need. Legs, I know it was hard for you to come to the conclusion that you need a partner, but I'm proud of you that you did it. Hey, thanks, Chief. Now get the fuck out of here. Pretty cool.
What's up, Art Dose? No, we don't have any specific time. I'm pretty much just gonna be streaming as much as I can until this is done. You know how that goes. By the way, I've never drawn these character models before, so dang, this digital art feels weird, man. I haven't been on my Cintiq for a long ass time. Sketchbook Slam. Okay. That's about right. Kim Jung-gi is my favorite artist. Alright, let me get a reference picture for Rick. Give me a second. Yeah, I haven't actually used my Cintiq in like 2 months, so this is a little awkward for me. It feels a little clunky. You know, because I've been using nothing but traditional stuff. I've been using brush pens and inks for the past, like, whatever, 600 pages. So, Yeah, Kim Jong-il's on some like next level stiff. Yeah, like I said, I've never drawn these character models before, so this is gonna be a little bit of a learning curve for me. Once I get Rick down, I think his eyes don't touch, do they? Yeah, Super Annie is actually like the group of artists that he's like affiliated with. When I talk about Kim Jong-il like all the time. How many years have I been drawing for? Like 5.5 years now. Damn this. Fucking Cintiq, man. I'm used to this shit. Now let's freehand it. Yeah. All the Citadel Ricks? Oh yeah, I've already thought about that. Don't worry, don't you worry about that. I've already how does one figure out trying to get comfortable in my chair here. How does one figure out what they want to do with their life? Oh boy, that's a big question. Honestly, it just, you guys have heard me talk about this before. I'm only drawing because I know the alternative to that is something that I don't want to do. If I don't draw, then I go back to working on cars and turning wrenches and shit, and that's something that I'm never going to do again. So, for me, finding something, I don't know, it just, like, I like drawing, don't get me wrong. Boy, this is a goofy ass character model, by the way. Like, who the fuck thought of this? I don't know, you just have to, that's a hard question. Hold on. For me, I just know that I don't want to spend my life doing something that I really hate. and drawing allows me to do something that I enjoy. Hey, what's up? No, no, I don't ever want to work on cars again. Like, I still like cars for myself, but I cannot do that for a living anymore. Working on other people's cars, I can't. Like, I would fucking probably go kill myself, like, if that's where my life went again. Like, I was just like, I'm fucking done with this, you know? So, for me, I found my purpose through finding things that I don't want to do. So this should be... how do you fully commit? Like, I don't think I can answer that for you. I think that has... It's more like... Okay, so here's the thing about specifically drawing, right? The thing about drawing is you can always get better. Drawing is one of those things where it's infinite, where you can always draw for the rest of your life and you can keep on improving, keep on improving. A lot of other careers, there's a cap, you know what I mean? Like there's a limit to what you could achieve in some other careers. To me, that would drive me crazy. Like if I became a doctor or something, which I was in a medical program in high school, I could have been. I just didn't want to. So for me, one of the reasons drawing works for me, as something I could commit to, is because there's always room to grow. I'm always improving, you know, and that can give my life some sense of purpose. Purpose, of course, is subjective, you know. But like when I was a mechanic, I felt like there was really nothing left for me to do. I went to school for it. I got a good job, and it was just like, that's it. Just keep rinse and repeat this until you die. And I was all like, nah, son, I can't keep doing that. So that's where the appeal of being an artist is. It's just like you can just keep on improving, you know? Or you could just find the job that pays the most, that where you have the least amount of responsibilities. And that's the thing, though. You don't have to derive purpose from your job. Like it's better to work a job that you enjoy, yeah. But I mean, if you could work a job that pays really well, that doesn't really require a lot from you, then you can go off and just find other things that you do enjoy. Do you manage to talk and how do you manage to talk and draw at the same time? It slows me down a lot. It really does. It's a double-edged sword. When I draw and talk, it definitely slows me down. But when I'm drawing live online, it definitely holds me accountable. Like it forces. I feel like I have to keep drawing, versus like if I'm by myself and I don't have the camera on, I can kind of just take a break whenever I feel like it. Okay. Boy, that was a trial. I draw all this elaborate shit. Drawing Rick is giving me issues. You guys notice drawing like some of the dumbest things are the things that really throw me for a loop when we're drawing. Like I'll draw an entire cityscape without drafting it out, no problem. You give me one crazy goofy cartoon character, it takes me like 20 minutes just to get the outline done. I'll probably draw the president in his t-shirt and no pants. Yeah. Well, that's the thing though. Like, I find most people who try to look for, you know, that whatever sense of purpose, usually are the ones who just don't find it. Best thing you can do is just, I don't know, just go with what's going on around you. If that makes sense. Now, I'm not gonna draw this like full-on cartoon Rick and Morty style. I'm still gonna put in a little bit of more detail, like the way I like to draw characters, but it will definitely be simplified compared to what I normally draw. The biggest motivator you've heard from a lot of YouTubers is pain. He or she has pain in their life doing something and they don't want to do it. That's why they end up pursuing their interest. Yeah, that's the exact same thing as my reasoning. I couldn't do that job anymore, and the thought of like waking up every single day at like 5:30 to go work a job that I didn't like, I mean, like, it paid okay, but I was just like, what the fuck, dude? You know, like. Now, that was, again, that's just me. You don't have to find a sense of purpose through your work. A lot of people, I think that's why a lot of people start families, honestly. They find a sense of purpose raising a family. You know? And working a job is just kind of something that fills in the time in between when they could be around their family. You might like racing cars, you might like racing motorcycles, and a lot of people have a friend who he works a job just so he could pay to fix up his car so he can go race it. That's what he does. That's his, sense of purpose. So don't think that your job has to really define you. Like, you can just find a job. Like, there's something else you like to do. That's cool. Your job doesn't have to reflect that. As long as the job could provide the money required for you to do the thing that you want to do, I think you'll be okay. Well, don't worry. I'll be going live a lot for the next couple of weeks till this is done. I know this is going to take a long time. I don't know how long it's going to take, but it's going to take a long time to get this done. So the way I do things, if you're new to the channel, is I will just stream and draw until I physically can't do it anymore, until the drawing is done. And then we move on to the next thing. How does one find their purpose? Oh, dude, that's like the question. That's the question that everyone's been asking for like the dawn of time. I highly doubt I'm able to answer that question. But in my opinion, my expert opinion, um, you know, your purpose is totally subjective. It's whatever you find for yourself. You know, I'm not a religious person. It's cool if you are. I just don't think that there's anything that's predetermining what you can call your own purpose. You know what I'm saying? So, again, if you find purpose in something, whether it's a family or a job or, I don't know, something, you know, anything. Anything is fair game. It just has to be what you enjoy, not what you think other people want you to do, not what you were raised to do. It doesn't have to be what you do for a living. It doesn't have to be about how much money you make. You know what I mean? It's going to be totally what you want, and I don't think there's a right or wrong answer to that. I don't believe in destiny. Because if you believe in destiny, then you remove the whole idea that anything you do matters. Like, in regards to the outcome of something. Well, technically that's right. You will work, you will eat, and you will die. Technically you're right, so I mean, full score to you. Hell yeah. Man, I've invested so much time into that Dragon Ball piece already. I'm just like super over it for a while. You know what I mean? Like, I'd rather do something else right now. Well, the next time a substitute teacher wants to give you trouble, just remind them that they're not actually a teacher. So, just be like, your opinion matters just as much as, you know, your position at this school. Maybe. No, no, I'm middle aged. what Louis said. I'm Asian, so no, I'm 29. But boy, I feel fucking old. I've tried a lot of things in my life. I've been a very busy boy. Like, and by try, I mean I failed at a lot of shit. You know what? Going back to the question, how do you find purpose? You know what? You know what? Yeah, it is just about trying a bunch of shit and then you see which one you hate the least. I think is where it goes. Cause say this drawing thing is fun, but oh boy, it gets stressful. If you care about something, it gets really stressful. So drawing gets real stressful. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, that's a decent answer. Um, you are gonna have to try stuff out before you realize what you do or don't like, or what can or can't serve as your own subjective purpose in life. I mean, sure, you could be passionate about something and that could be your purpose, or you could just find the thing that you hate the least, and that could double up too. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Cool, huh, Morty? Oh, I thought it was cool. I don't give a fuck what you think, Jerry. So did the voice of the... Oh, is that... Didn't it? So...
God damn it, I can't get a good picture of their sofa. Hold on. Yeah, Louis hit it on the head. If you're good enough, it'll sell. Let me see.
What? Why are you looking?
Okay. So it does have little feet at the bottom. I'm not really sure what I'm gonna do. All I know is that I really don't want to do the Dragon Ball piece anymore. Like I put so much effort into it and energy and research that I'm like, okay, at this point it's kind of, I feel like the sunk cost is setting in, and I feel like I'm only gonna do it because I've invested so much time into it. But at the same time, I have to do it because I've invested so much time into it, right? So until that's done, I'm not even going to worry about what comes next. So I have no idea what I'm going to do afterwards. I have a list of stuff. Oh wait, guess I should draw Morty. Yeah, I just started today.
And a piece of toast. It's banging, Kristen. Because I can't see anything. Our prices, I hope. And where Jerry's a movie star. Look, you guys are getting excited about the Cloud Atlas. What's Cloud Atlas?
Alright, so... Who's my favorite subscriber? I don't know. Who was my first subscriber? Let's give it to that person, because... I guess. I think my first subscriber was me with a different account. Have I purchased the Szechuan sauce yet? No. I don't care. I don't care about that. I like the show, but I really don't like anything else that comes along with the show. Like, at all. Like, I don't think I'd ever wear a piece of merchandise from them. A lot of the fan base really annoys me.
What? I'm just saying, life's short. We shouldn't take things for granted. Are you saying granite? Well,
will I update the drawing Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon? I already have. Oh, you mean will I upload the like the time lapse of it? I don't know, because I don't know, cause it's gonna take a long time to edit that down, and I already have 2 videos that are like that, so I don't think adding Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon into the time lapse is worth it. I have the footage. Whenever Generation 8 comes out, I might just wait and just make one new time lapse with all the new Gen 8 stuff.
yeah, it's granted with a D. Take things for granted. Did you actually think it was? Jesus Christ, Rick! What are?
What's up, Dominic? If you guys haven't gone to Dominic's channel, do that right now. Oh, yeah, no, I know they're dedicated. It's not that. I'm talking about, like, the behavior and the things that kind of go along with a lot of Rick and Morty stuff outside of the show. Doesn't really appeal to me. Yeah, I love the show. I love the show to death. is this print going to be $30? It's going to be the same price as all my other 11 by 17s, which I can't remember how much I'm charging for those. At conventions, it'll be $20 for a small one. I don't know what my online store is right now. I haven't checked it out in such a long time. I think it's $30, but I can't remember. Then yes, it'll be 30. But it's free shipping. What you know about all that? Well, thank you. You know what? I've been wanting to do this one for a while. I wanted to do this before I even started the Sketchbook Slam challenge. But I told myself I need to practice, so I forced myself to do the Slam challenge. And during that whole time, all I was thinking about was doing this piece right here. That's why I was watching Rick and Morty while I was doing that. Oh, I transport them in something similar to this? Oh, come on. Hold on. The link was too long. God damn it, why are these links so fucking long? Here, if you Google that I just typed in right there, you will be able to find what I use to transport my prints.
Look, I'm not paying 70 Smith, buddy, so let's just stay inside and, let's try dancing. right? Look at video games. Oh. Hey, bro. Nice. Bree just called and what? I mean, well, I can't solve the problem my way thanks to your family's primitive biological hang-ups. Gross. I might have just touched one of Morty's loads, but maybe I can find. He didn't mean it to. Outside.
Is this coffee table accurate? Sharp edges. So I've spent the past month grinding and studying in that sketchbook slam challenge, you know, honing my skill. And I figured, what's the best way to apply it? Let's draw every Rick and Morty character. How about that? Let's do that. It's perfect. That was funny. Rob Liefeld. You mean like... Oh. All I can say is he's been in the industry for a long time, so... I guess it's not that big a deal to everyone. Let's see. If one finds something difficult and frustrating, should they continue to pursue it? I mean, everything can be difficult. Well, anything that you're new to or you're not good at is going to seem difficult at first, and the only real way to get better at it is to just keep on doing it. Yeah, so if you find it frustrating, you have to just go through it. That's really the only way you're going to get over it. You keep on avoiding it. For example, the way I'm avoiding doing the Dragon Ball piece, then it's just never going to get done, you know? Have you ever seen him draw feet though? Like, have you ever seen what his feet drawings look like? He's better off just not drawing feet. Like, holy cow, how have you been in the industry that long and that's your feet? You know what I mean? When zooming in, how do you get rid of the pixely bits? When you're working in Photoshop or a raster-based image, like anything in Photoshop, you're going to get that no matter what. One way you could avoid that is just by working in a really, really high resolution or working in Adobe Illustrator. That's a vector-based program. Whoopsie. Oops. But if you're going to continue to work in something like Photoshop and you're getting a lot of rendery bits or pixely bits, you're going to have to up the resolution that you work in. Or if you're talking about the little bits I have going on here because I'm doing a rough draft, that's only because I'm doing a rough draft. Once I do like the actual draft, they'll be gone. When you're zooming in, you're talking about like if you do this, like that, you can't get rid of that because this is working on, like you're working with pixels. That's essentially what you're doing. You're just turning pixels black or whatever color you're working in. If you work in Illustrator, it's vector-based. So what that means is you can stretch it and stuff and it won't get all pixelated. That's why a lot of people who work on logos work with Adobe Illustrator, because that way they can make the logo like really big. Damn it. It's not right. I feel like had this been a traditional drawing, I could have had this done in like 15 minutes. Just saying. Yeah, I only work with 300, but I work in like large, I guess, inch dimensions. So that's why it doesn't get pixely for me, because the overall pixels on mine are really, really big. What was this, 20,000 by like 18,000 or some shit like that? So, okay, what is the image that you work in, size-wise? Now, this size is like really, really big because I want to turn this into a big poster. So this is like a different situation. I don't always work in files this size. But, you see, I'm working in 13,000 by 20,000. What are you working in? Yeah, but I mean pixel-wise. If you work in... Don't worry about the inches. I'm talking about, like, when you're talking pixel for pixel, what do you usually work in? Because you can have something that's, like, 8.5 by 11, but if you, you could work in something that's 8.5 by 11, but if your DPI is, like, crazy high, that could still come out to really big pixels. You know what I mean? Formatting the inches is only to help when you're out getting it printed, like for machines and shit.
Show was stupid.
Okay, I've got an idea, Rick. You show us your concept of good TV, and we'll crap all over that.
Thought you'd never ask.
Hey!
Oh, cool. Is that crystallized xanthanite? It conducts electrons across dimensions. 20% accurate. Usual Morty. The important thing being, I just upgraded our cable package with...
Welcome back. Alright. 33 by 5100. That's a decent size. Like, that's pretty big. Not to the point where you'll be able to blow it up, like, super big. But, I mean, that's a really big size. I think maybe you're just being picky about the pixels, perhaps. Alright, Fireblade. But yeah, by all means, try and, if your computer is able to, try working in a bigger size. Like, fuck it, just double it. Who cares? Like, if your computer could handle the double size, why not? Just see what happens. If it looks the way you want it to look, there you go. Problem solved. But yeah, if the pixel thing is bothering you, work in a bigger pixels or bigger dimensions.
Cable package with 20% accurate as usual, Morty. The important thing being, I just upgraded our cable package with...
Okay, are we done with this? Jesus. Boy, that was a task. Okay. Now that that's taken care of, let's actually start drawing. Five's too big. So 4. I'm doing well. Oh, that's too thin. It's not gonna look right. Guess we'll go with a 4. I never could get the hang of ZBrush. Then again, I did kind of give up on it really quick. Hey, what's up? What's up, Jamie? What's up, Brad? How far am I with the Dragon Ball one? Decently far. Yeah, I do have a habit of hitting the undo button with digital art. Now here's the thing, you guys have seen me work in traditional art, right? You've seen me work with ink and brush pens and how I don't even put down pencils anymore, I just kind of go for it. Despite all that practice with inks and not having to go back, being able to undo, even if the line looks okay, like if I made a stroke here digitally that I would totally let pass traditionally, sometimes I'll just hit the undo button just because I'm like, well, I can do it better. Like in my brain, I think I could do the line better. And that's a really bad mindset to have, honestly. Like it's a bad habit. It's a habit that I do, you know. I'm a hypocrite over here, but it's a bad habit to always hit the undo button. I have already updated it. Yeah, we made a whole live stream session about the update to that. Do you think everyone should have a personal brand? No. Like my personal brand is not even really working. Like, the reason people start with personal brands is because it's much easier to relate to a person than it is with like a corporation or a company or a business. Now, if you have like an alias, that works too. Like, I feel like artwork by this person is much more relatable than I don't know, whatever arts. You know what I mean? Yeah, see, I think my traditional... Maybe, yeah. I feel like my traditional benefits from the fact that I don't even work with pencils anymore. I mean, they're all good tools to have. I like I like to work in as few layers as possible, but that's just me. Just because I don't like dealing with a whole bunch of like shenanigans everywhere. Like, this piece shouldn't have too many layers. All the line work in this should be all one layer. That's usually how we like to do these bigger projects. And then all the coloring, the flats should be all in one layer. And then all the other shading and stuff. So this should finish at around 5 to 6 layers total, I think. I mean, if you don't count me backing up a whole bunch of layers. You know what I mean? Like, back up 1, back up 5. I don't know if there's such thing as too much. There's nothing wrong with using a lot of layers. There's a reason we have that function, you know? It's a helpful tool. I don't like to use it because I can't keep track of my shit. That's why I don't like to use it. Well, that's why I don't like to use too many. Because I can't keep track of my shit. Okay, yeah, I do that too. You'll work on a different layer for every like new character, but then you'll just merge all of them down. Oh, how do I like my Mobile Studio Pro? It's good, but I actually don't find myself using it as much as I thought I would. I am using it a lot to edit videos, but I could have got a regular laptop for that. I'm not using it to draw as much as I thought I would. Mainly because I haven't had any digital projects the past couple of months. Yeah. Like, I haven't had any digital commissions. I haven't had any of these big digital projects that I've been working on. So it itself functions really well. I just actually haven't had any reason to, like, use it. Other than editing videos on the go. Alright guys, so I'm going to shut off the mic right now. I'm going to just finish Rick and Morty, and then I'm going to end the live stream, and then we'll be back on later. So I'm going to shut the mic off. This will go silent, and then we'll reconvene later tonight, alright?